Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We are out here at the flying field with the new Freewing SR-71. And if you missed the original video I did, we do have a few small changes. So go ahead and pop the hatch here. If you missed the video, I modified to where I can fit a 7000 kind of in the middle here to get the balance right. I also removed the stock gyro, and I'm using an AS3X Plus receiver. So I got that going for me. And in the original video, I was attempting to separate the outer control surfaces and use those as elevons and the inboard ones as pitch only. And I did, but the problem was the inboard ones were not working with AS3X. And I think there's a way to get that to work. I just didn't feel like dealing with that. So what I did was I just put them on a Y harness. So very similar to the original configuration that comes out of the box. I'm just not using the blue box for the elevons or the rudders. So I have the rudders and the steering on a separate channel, and it's also got a steering gyro setup. This is my first time using one of those, so hopefully it goes okay. Anyways, it's a beautiful morning, and so we're going to take this thing out and give her maiden flight. Pretty excited because this thing is a really cool model. So I just got a bunch of pictures of it, and yeah, let's go do the thing. Got my timer set for 5 minutes. I'll probably land before that, just to play it safe. Which just reminds me, I don't think we brought a battery checker with us. Alright. There's one mean looking ship out there. Centerline this puppy up, and we've already checked everything. Okay, well, this is no time like the present.
Timer start.
Landed. You're coming up. That was relatively drama free. Some back pressure and some that trim. Come off the power a little bit. Cruising, feeling it out. Gears up and clean. You know, people talk about the decals to help with orientation, and honestly, I don't think you'll be able to see them in any
Time remaining 4 minutes.
part where it would actually help. Like, you can see them when you can see the whole thing clearly. And that's not going to help you too much. It is neat to see the lights flashing on it. Well, so far the AS3X Plus settings aren't too terrible. I just kind of guessed at them, so I don't see too much wing waggle or anything crazy. I do have a pretty good amount of gain on the pitch. Oh wow. It does not roll as quickly as I thought it would. At all. That's actually really surprising for a Delta. Alright, we're going to go to high rate. I don't have a lot of throw in the roll, so it's not super surprising. That wasn't very fast. Wow, I gotta turn it up. That's crazy. I did not see that coming. Must have something to do with the nacelles being out on the wings or something. Let's see about inverted. Wow, actually not a whole lot of push to keep it inverted, so I guess that's a good sign for CG. I do have the CG slightly behind the marks, so I'm about a 1/4 inch behind the marks. Already down to 2.5 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and toss the gear out and do an approach or two just to kind of get used to it. See, it settles into that nose-high attitude really nice. the slow flight with this thing is what's going to bite you, if anything. That
Time remaining 2 minutes.
The visibility of it. Look at that. There's a little wing rocket. We could probably turn up the gain a little bit on the roll. So I'm going to try that on my next flight. I'm going to do one more of those passes here. Yeah, it settles into that nose-high attitude really, really well. Lots of power required. I can definitely see how guys are getting super short flights with like a 5,000, because you do have to stay, you know, at least 60 to 70% to keep it at a nice cruiser rate. All right, this is going to be it here.
Time remaining 1 minute.
Gotta remember to grab the chute. That dust coming out behind it was really cool. Well, I was off center line, but you know, cut me some slack. It's my first time. I'm nervous.
30 seconds.
Well, that is a cool model, and while you can't do a whole lot with it, the cool factor is just insane with this model. So, I mean, give me a break. But let me pass this away. It's not having fun for us. Overall impressions, I would say it's powered adequately, but not overpowered by any means. My original idea was to put a couple of E-flite 80mm in this and then use two 5,000s, and that might still be the plan. I mean, it's still enjoyable as it is. It flies decent, you know, power-wise, and characteristically, it flies really nice. You see a little bit of wing waggle at the nose-high attitude, but man, I'll tell you what, it's not difficult to land if you have experience flying like F-16s, like a Rafael or a Mirage 2000. You can fly this model. It is a little bit difficult to keep orientation on it, but not terrible. I mean, I don't want to say I've had worse, because I don't know that I have, but you just got to pay attention to it. The only other plane that I would say is similar with orientation would be like the Freewing B2. It can get, you know, odd to look at sometimes, and I think this airplane is probably very similar to that in that respect. But man, super cool model. I mean, hardly any trim. I think I just gave it a little bit of up, no roll trim. So AS3X Plus is working pretty good. I'm just gonna tweak my gains just a little bit, and we'll check the battery here in a sec, but I think that flight was around 4 minutes. But anyways, pretty cool model, and I really enjoy the landing of it. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, I hope you guys like the SR-71 Maiden. I'm sure we'll take some more videos of it as I get it dialed in and get used to it and start playing around with it some more. And plus, it's pretty cool right now. Once the air kind of warms up, it'll get a little faster as well. But anyways, hope you guys liked it, and we'll see you in the next one.